Okay, welcome to Fahrenheit Performance Podcast, episode number 17. Today we have the pocket rocket himself, Mr. Cedric Chua, in the house. Quite a well-known local triathlete, right, Ceddy? Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, so I'm Cedric. I'm a national triathlete for the Singapore team. I've been doing triathlon for about 9 years now.
Yeah.
And I've been enjoying it ever since. And I think it's just a sport that has made me who I am today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Takes as much as you got to give.
Yeah.
Do you? So you mostly do like short distance, right? Sprint triathlons out of the big distance.
Yeah. Actually, not so much Olympic distance. I've only done like a handful of Olympic distance.
Oh, really?
In my whole, yes.
Okay.
Mostly has been sprint and like super sprint. And I guess just got more of that speed in me. I just prefer that distance.
So how did you get into triathlon 9 years ago? Was it a school thing or was it buddies?
Wow. Okay. So 9 years ago, it was kind of school friends who, got me into cycling.
Yeah.
And so he's actually another athlete. His name's Aaron.
Yeah.
And so we were from ACS Park Road. And he got me into cycling. And then he got me into a cycling club, which was Joy Riders.
Yeah, not so big anymore, but they used to be huge.
Yeah, not so big anymore. Yeah, so Joy Riders. And then I used to ride with them quite often, like weekdays, sometimes weekend, most of the time weekends. And I think, that actually that's built like my skills in cycling and everything. And one day on one weekend ride, I met my first coach was Andy.
Mm-hmm.
Andy Chia. I think he might be more well known in mainly Singapore cycling.
Is he doing what is he doing now? Is he still coaching?
I'm actually not sure. Like I think he's with his bike shop. I think it's in the cycle or something.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's my first coach, and then I met him on a ride, and he was like, "Oh, I have a bunch of, young, motivated athletes who are interested in triathlon, and they do triathlon, and we do have trainings like during the week." So he asked me like, if I want to join. So back then I was only like 15, I think.
So you do group rides on the roads and everything when you're 15 years old?
Yeah. So I was a bit young, so I was like, okay, I told him I'll get back to you maybe after I finish O levels. Yeah, and I did.
Yeah.
So I started triathlon actually with the group.
So in school, were you a swimmer, biker, or a runner?
No. So in school, I didn't really do sports. I didn't do much sports. Like I was, most of the time I was just brought out for runs with my parents along the PCN near my place. So that's...
So cycling was your first sport, and then you started the triathlon after that, I guess?
Not really, no. I think I've been running most of my childhood.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just picked up cycling in my house when I was in secondary school.
Okay.
Then swimming was interesting. I used to swim like a bit more competitively when I was in primary school.
I think like in Singapore, a lot of people do taekwondo and swimming with their kids, right?
Yeah. So I used to do it competitively, and I realized that I just didn't have the aptitude for it. I just didn't like it, and I decided to stop when I was in primary 4 or 5. And I just completely I kept my hands off completely, like from swimming until like I was 17 years old. So there was that big gap.
But you knew how to swim, so it's just a matter of training and getting your technique back.
I do it. Yeah, so I think over the past couple of years, and I've been trying to figure out how to swim better.
Well, I think at least you knew how to swim as a kid, right? I think adults learning how to swim for the first time is the worst. It's so hard to teach adults how to swim.
It is. Yeah, like swimming comes with a lot of early like childhood development.
Yeah.
Because of like the flexibility and how your names are kind of things. So I think I sort of missed out on that part of life. Yeah.
So Joyriders to Andy when was your first triathlon then?
Yeah, so my first triathlon was in 2015. team. It was the Sprint Triathlon, and
That's next weekend. It's-
it was next weekend. Yeah, so so it was Sprint Triathlon, and it was at Changi Village. Actually, like Changi Beach Park.
Yes, yeah, I remember before Ton of Miracles, still on Orange and stuff, right? It was out there.
That's correct. When Time Miracles wasn't what it used to be. Yeah, so and I remember it was just I think I came in. It was interesting. I still remember my bid number. My bid number was 1611. I came in 16th place.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
So it's meant to be.
yeah. So, surprisingly, that's also my girlfriend's birthday.
Yes, 16 November.
We got 16 November. Wow, that's it.
Wow.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
It was meant to be.
Yeah. Okay. So it is one thing. Yeah. So that was pretty interesting race.
Yeah.
I mean, not coming from a swimming background.
Yeah.
I struggled. Definitely, I struggled.
And in the first triathlon you ever do, you feel like in a washing machine.
Yeah.
There's people every day, you get kicked in the face, you get goggles, get water in them. And
Yeah. So and even worse, the day was like kind of rainy and kind of. Yeah.
so then you got the bump.
Yeah. The after that, I kind of like continued, and like when I found another sport, found I think I found a bigger strength in duathlon. Yeah, I'm like bike and run, and I think
Is that your preferred race, or will you do duathlon, or?
I think when back then, like a couple of years ago, I think that was like what I preferred.
Yeah.
I didn't have to get in.
Okay. You know, at the PTO, a lot of the people that are doing the duathlon, it's not that they can't swim, it's that they didn't want to swim in the Marina Bay. Because it's 30 degrees, and that's who knows what the water's like. Yeah, right.
Yeah, some of the guys were saying like, they came out of the water and their suits were green.
Yeah, and you're probably sweating as you come out of the water as well, right?
It's kind of gross.
So what's your best accomplishment to date in triathlon? So you've been to the SEA Games already, right?
Yeah. I think qualifying for SEA Games in 2023 was, I think, probably one of my bigger accomplishments. I think other than that would be 6th place at like Southeast Asian Championship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are you trying for the SEA Games next year as well?
I will be trying, but whether I get to go or not, because by then I will be graduated. I'll be being graduated from school, so
Yes.
definitely flexibility will be an issue with work and learning. So I'll see how I balance it.
Yeah.
But if I will still be racing to qualify, I will still be like just doing my things.
Because right now you're a full-time student, right? So how many hours do you get to train every week? What's a typical training week like?
Yeah, so now with school, I mean, I get a lot of flexibility, and also because school has all the facilities I need. I mean, you have the track, you have the pool.
Oh, because you're at NTU, right?
Yeah, correct. I mean,
Yeah, those training all day long.
yeah, and my hostel is near the sports facilities.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's convenient. I have like Lim Chu Kang, I have hills.
Yep.
Yeah, so I can bike. Yeah, so I think it's just really conducive for training.
Mm.
And
How many hours a week do you?
yeah, so in terms of hours, I think about 12 to 15.
Okay.
Only. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not a lot compared to some of my other peers in triathlon. Like, I think some of them are doing like 20, 30 hours.
Yeah, getting to 20 at least. Yeah.
Just really crazy.
And then do you focus on anything particular? Do you do more swims, or is it pretty well balanced?
I would say it's pretty well balanced, but I think that's always been a focus on more swimming. Definitely my swim volume is a bit more.
Yeah.
Than
I think the problem with swimming in triathlon is that you can put a lot of work into it, but the actual gains, it's only in maybe minutes.
Yeah.
But if you put a lot of work into a run, and even if you don't go faster, you just might not credit or something. You can make up 10 minutes quite easily.
Yeah.
In a run, but in a swim, you would never make up 10 minutes in a swim.
Yeah. And like the swim is really crucial because just
Coming out of the water in what pack?
yeah, correct. It determines which pack you get into, and the pack determines how your run goes. So, I mean, it just goes downstream. So I think that has been the focus for like many years. Just trying to get the volume in, getting consistent. I think consistency is really key.
Yeah.
Like when I train my swim, like I'd rather get like four like 3K swims rather than like 5K swims. Yeah.
Yep. So if you had a birthday party to go to and you had to sacrifice one session, you wouldn't sacrifice the swim, you might sacrifice a run.
You're right. Yeah. It's
Prioritizing, like grading, prioritizing, right?
Yeah. And also, so within a week, like, so as I was talking about swimming, like closing the gap. Yeah, I think gym work also has been a big part of it. Building like strength with swim. So I gym about maybe 2 times a week at most.
Okay.
And I think generally the gym has helped to improve their swim a little bit more and also build some power in the back and run. Yeah.
Do you do two sessions of every sport every week? Like 2 swims, 2 bikes, 2 runs, or more than that?
More than that. So so back to weekly volume, I do about maybe 4 swims, 3 runs, and maybe 3 bikes. Yeah. So that will amount to about 15 hours. Yeah.
Would that be typical of what anyone at your level would be doing? About the same, or even maybe a little bit more?
I'm pretty sure everyone at my level is doing much more.
Okay.
I don't think I train a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any special dietary requirements? Do you stay away from fatty foods, or is it just like you're burning so many calories just fuel the fire?
I get this question so much, but okay, yeah, I don't really bother about what I eat, and I just eat balanced meals. If I know that I have a heavier training day, then definitely more carbs.
Yeah.
If I'm tired, I'm like, I just did a big session. Yeah, I'll get more protein and carbs in, and I do a lot of it by like kind of how I feel.
How about on the bike or during the run? Do you count your carbs, or do you your protein, or are you like 70 grams of carbs now or something?
I don't. Yeah. So I really go by feel. Yeah. Like if I'm feeling like if I know that I have a longer ride, I have to have an isotonic, and I'm like stop at a 7-Eleven, get a Coke.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you typically prepare for a race? So next weekend you have a Yakka, right?
Yeah.
The race is on a Saturday or Sunday, right?
Yeah, Saturday.
Do you, like, on the Thursday, are you already winding down? Are you laying in your tri suits? Are you making sure you watch where you eat back that far back? Or is it just like you do everything the night before or morning of? Like, just run through, like, 5 days after the race, what are you doing? The night before the race, what are you doing? The morning of, what are you doing?
Okay. So, a usual race week, let's say the race is on Saturday. Yeah, so I would be definitely the training would like taper down a little. So training won't be heavy. I would really eat specifically for the race until probably the day before. So if I know that Saturday is my race, I would eat like significantly more on Friday.
Yep.
And like I would just get like carbs in, so that I will be.
So you're preloaded.
Yeah, preloaded for the next morning. But I think for the rest of the week, I think just for me training just goes on as I mean with as a skateboard. And so, and I would just I'll eat normally. Maybe I'll eat a bit less because I don't train as much. But definitely Friday will be the day I carb load.
Yep.
But that's it. I also don't really have to carb load that much because sprint race
is only
1 hour.
Done within an hour, yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, even so, it still does make a difference. If I eat a lot and I don't eat, so I still do it anyway. Yeah.
Are you the sort of person that will be listening to headphones right up to before the race, and you got motivational music on, or are you pinning your numbers on the day before, or?
Okay, so I always did my dip. I always prepare the night before the race.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm always putting my numbers on before the race, the night before, and so that I just don't leave anything to chance.
Mm-hmm.
Like on race morning.
Yeah, the same way.
Yeah. As for right before the race, I don't really listen to music. Maybe the day before the race I'll be listening to music. Yeah, but I think in terms of the day itself, yeah, I will be like running around the place, setting up transition.
Yep.
Like finding out what to do, how to warm up, and where to warm up, how long to warm up for, and like so. I think like I don't really like music in my ears to kind of
Pop you up.
yeah to like kind of distract me from that flow of what I need to do. Yeah, so yeah, I'm not really a fan of listening to music right before the race. Yeah.
Okay. And then like a lot of pro athletes or a lot of elite athletes, they're very superstitious in what they do, right? They tie their right foot on first, and then they have to put two pairs of socks on or whatever, right? Do you have any of these crazy, any of these sort of pre-race rituals or things that you have to do?
Actually, no. Like when I don't really have pre-race rituals. For a period of time, I did have like this pre-training and pre-race, like specifically like a specific diet. Yeah, which was funny. Like people usually eat like pasta before races, carb load. Yeah, but I used to eat like this Korean rice bowl. Yeah, which is bibimbap. Yeah, and like
It's got carbs in it, I guess.
yeah, it's quite a lot of carbs.
How did that happen? You did one day, it happened to happen the night before. You're in Korea and you had a race and you did particularly well?
No,
How did you chance upon that?
I just had a bibimbap the night before a training session, and the next morning's training session was like great.
Yeah,
it went great. And I was like, oh, this must be it.
Yeah.
Yep. And then
you could have had 2 more hours of sleep or something. It's got to be the bibimbap.
It's going to. Yeah. So I stuck with that for a while. And then, it slowly faded. Like when I just got other food to eat. And I realized, well,
but it didn't get to the point where if you didn't have it before the race, you would have a bad race, right?
Yeah, no, I did. So yeah, no, that's good.
Okay. And then, so you've been doing this for 9 years, right? What keeps you motivated in terms of getting up in the morning to train and training? You got to train, but how do you do? What is there anything that drives you to keep going after this long?
Yeah, definitely. I think one of it is really, I guess, the friends that I've made along the way like in triathlon. Yeah, like if y'all know me, I'm quite close to Bryce. I'm quite close to like I'm close to Fang Yu.
He's in Colorado now.
Yeah, he's in Colorado. Yeah, so yeah, I think having good training buddies like just makes things easier. And
I think group rides are so much easier when you know there's someone waiting for you on the corner, and you at 6 o'clock you're gonna be here. Because if you're just riding by yourself and you're I don't want to ride, I'll just sleep in.
Right.
But if there's 2 people waiting on the corner for you, that's going to text you if you don't show up. It's much more motivating.
It keeps you comfortable.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I think that's one. I think the people, the good friends that be along with me. And I think I just like the thrill of like competition. Like going to races and I just bashing out with wrestling.
If you were doing triathlon, what do you think you would be doing? Have you ever thought about that? Fishing.
No, I think. If I wasn't doing triathlon, probably I would have just stuck to running. Maybe I'll just be just doing pure running. I don't know about a track or like marathon or one, but probably.
Okay. I'll make this. What sort of advice do you give to me? Because I get this all the time. People come in and they say, "Oh, I'm going to start triathlon," and they may or may not have any idea what they're actually in for. Because, like what I was saying before, the first swim you ever do, you don't know what the heck's going to happen, and you start getting kicked in the face and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What advice do you give for newbie triathletes that like, I guess, training advice and race day advice and that sort of stuff. Let's just start with training advice.
Yeah. Okay. So for training advice, I would say one, it's find a group. Find a group that it's like that are motivated together, and everyone's searching for the same thing.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that's one. I think that really
It's like common goal.
Yeah, correct. Common goal, and I think everyone can motivate each other to train. Two is, I think the whole idea of training for a triathlon, like swim, bike, run, like for so long, I think it's very daunting to some.
Yeah.
Like it's then like the volume and the length of it is like inevitable. So yeah, like I would say that the best way to do it is to break it down. Yeah, like so start small. If you can't swim a 4K swim, then just swim 2K. Just swim.
There's no shame in breaststroking.
Correct. There's no shame in doing breaststroke. Yeah, and like if you can't bike 80Ks, just go out for a 40K ride, go out for like a 20K ride. Yeah, and I think the most important is to just find enjoyment in it first, before getting like serious into like, oh, am I getting fast?
Yeah. Consistency.
Yeah, like
consistency.
Yeah, correct. Consistency and really enjoying it.
Like when I first started triathlon, I was very gung-ho, and I think I went out too much too fast and too hard. I did too much training, and instead of just sort of moderating myself, because when you start something new, sometimes you get over enthusiastic about it, right? And it's like it burns out very fast. So you need to keep the fire burning, get your friends, get a steady something that's manageable, right? If you can fit it within your schedule, because everyone's schedule is different.
Yeah. So breaking it down for another one. And I think race day advice,
always fuel on the bike, because on the run you can't fuel.
Yeah. I mean, on the run you still can fuel, but I think really the big challenge of the race is on the bike. So definitely on the bike. Practice what you need to do. Before you race. Yeah.
So things like running off the beach and jumping in the water, or swimming,
things like that. Yeah. So it's like swimming, getting comfortable with swimming with people around you, for example, or getting comfortable with, for example, taking a gel on the bike. Yeah. Because in a race you don't really get that luxury of like, I want to stop, I take up the gel and continue. And it's not able to do it. I mean, it's okay. Yeah.
Or getting comfortable with like a brick session, right?
Correct.
Running off the bike is completely different from waking up and running.
Correct. Yes. I think everything you need to practice specifically for your race. Yeah. And even the simplest things like the tri-suit you're wearing. You wear a new tri-suit. You don't wear a new tri-suit.
You don't buy shoes at the expo and
correct. Oh, these running shoes are at the expo and
they're not priced.
Half price. No, you just buy it, wear it tomorrow. Yeah.
I know people have done that. Okay, and then something like nerves on race day. Like, what are you telling new triathletes on? Like, they're gonna be nervous, obviously. But
nerves. Okay. I think those are something I don't do with very well. So, honestly, like for me, a lot of the pep talk come when way before the race. I just kind of imagine scenarios in my head.
Do you do that through? Do you have someone that you can go to, like a sports psychologist?
No, I don't. I'm pretty sure that if I look through like SSI, maybe they can find me one.
I think they have them.
Yeah, probably. But I did.
But it's not something that they put the whole triathlon team through.
Yeah. So, for me, I do a lot of my pep talks like by myself. If I want time before a race, and our race morning itself, I think it's just about having a flow and a system of what I need to do, and making sure that I start the race with my head clear. And so that I know exactly what to do at any given point in time, or if anything goes wrong.
Do you have backup plans for things like, let's just say your goggles fall off and you come out of the water 5 minutes slower than you thought you were going to do? Like, how do you sort of compose yourself and still have a decent race. Maybe not 5 minutes, but like further the back than you build your minute.
Yeah.
Like at the PTO last weekend, Lucy Charles Barkley was ahead by 5 minutes off the bike.
Yeah.
Ashley Gentle still ran it out. And I was standing at the side of the road watching the race, and those 5 minutes felt like an eternity when they were filling around the bikes.
Yeah.
She must have, in the back of her mind, she knew that she could still do it, and she could still talk us a bit to it, right?
Yeah. So for myself, I think it's really just about keeping composed, keeping calm, and like just executing the processes correctly. In the event anything, in the event of any eventualities, so I would just race as it is and just control what I still can control.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I work hard on the bike, let's say I come out like 3 minutes behind the swim, I'll work hard on the bike. But if I can't catch the front pack, if I can't catch the pack ahead of me, then so be it.
Yeah.
I'll just do my best and just run off, as strong as I can. And I think for me, it hasn't really been about like, oh, I must win this race. I think, my end goal is like to just to show up and just do my best. Yeah, and I think that for me is the most important thing. Yeah.
Sometimes your best is winning, sometimes your best is coming third, right? Or whatever.
And I know that if I chase hard, even if I came back further on the swim, and if I chase hard, I still that I did my best.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of athletes need this mindset. Like,
is it what you call it, grit? Maybe it's grit.
Yeah, maybe it's grit.
Yeah. It's like, because a lot of times people will, I'm not going to win, so I'll just give up or ease off or just make a training ride or whatever, right?
Yeah.
You push all the way to the end is
yeah. That's what I would do.
Yeah. And then after a race, any advice? Do you say ice baths or recovery boots, or just take it easy for the next couple of days?
After a race, definitely want to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Just
like as soon as possible, or just wrong?
As soon as possible. Yeah, I think as soon as possible. Get in the carbs that you lost and get in the protein.
Do you have a specific recovery routine?
No, usually after my races, I just enjoy myself and like have like a burger or something. Just enjoying myself.
Do all the things that you couldn't do before the race.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then maybe I'll back off training for maybe 1 day or 1.5 days. Yeah. But usually, I usually have a carb breakfast because my race is not that long. Yeah, I've never really tried anything more than a standard distance.
So what's your plan for the rest of the year or for the next 5 years? Are you doing mostly sprints? You do occasional Olympics. Bryce and all your buddies are doing 70.3s, right? Are you enticed at all to jump on that at least T100 bandwagon?
Maybe. Now that you said it. Yeah, I think,
Well, it's like triple the distance, right? At least triple. Maybe even 4 times the distance.
Yeah, so, okay, so within this year, I think definitely the focus would be...
So if you're trying to qualify for SEA Games next year, what would you be focusing on? Would it be the duathlon, or would it be aquathlon, or would it...
I'll be focusing on aquathlon and triathlon. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think for the rest of the year, I'll be working my swim and continuing the tempo of sprint distance racing. Yeah, maybe injecting a few.
Because sprint distance racing is exactly what it sounds like, right? It's just full gas the whole time.
Right. Yeah.
There's like, if there's someone up ahead, you can't just do your own race sometimes because you need to.
Yeah.
You need to bridge the gap, right?
And it really helps because it's tough for you. Having the extra guy in front of you, it's gonna make a difference.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think that will be the focus for the rest of the year. I think there will be a couple of other local races.
So what are you planning already for the rest of the year? This coming weekend you go to the Philippines, right?
Yeah. So this weekend I'm heading to Subic Bay for Asia Cup. 2 weekends after, I'm heading to Desaru for the 5150.
Olympics. Sprints.
It's a sprint, yeah.
Okay.
It's a sprint, but it's organized by Ironman.
Yeah. So that's the day before the 70.3, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
So you're gonna hang around and watch them.
Yeah, I'll be hanging around, and I think Bryce wants to break some records.
He does. Okay.
So I'll pipe her up a bit.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, and then I think for the rest of the year, I think Trifecta has some races coming out.
There's one in Bintan. They have one in Bintan, right?
Yeah.
And they have one in
That's good.
Scotland.
Yeah, so I'm still deciding about Bintan Triathlon, but I think for now, I think the local races are definitely...
Because now they have a Bintan Triathlon, which is Trifect, and then a Batam Triathlon, which is Intersport.
Oh, really?
But, yeah, so...
Even I don't.
Yeah, it's like... Well, the Bintan Triathlon, they used to be Intersport, moved to Batam. And then Trifecta has gone into the Bintan Triathlon.
Yeah, that is it.
So then towards the end of the year, there's any races?
Towards the end of the year, maybe possibly another Asia Cup in Malaysia, but I'm not sure yet. Yeah,
Okay.
I haven't planned for any of these races.
And they went to qualifying for the SEA Games, first quarter of next year.
The qualifying period... Well, actually, I'm not too sure. Yeah, I will need to look at the Triathlon Singapore's policy and Silicon policy and decide what other races to do, which I think is important.
Is there a particular race that everyone has to do to work out who's going to go on the team?
At the moment, not yet.
Or is there a ranking system that where was points, for example, when we get on team?
At the moment, no. Yeah. So because the SEA Games will be December next year.
Oh,
25. So
that's quite a long way away.
Quite a long way. Yeah. I think a lot of the selection criteria hasn't been firmed up yet.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why I think most of the national team guys are not racing races, and a lot of races, and a lot of them are venturing to the 70.3 round.
While they have
you have this little gap to just see what you can do. Yeah. So I'm just... Yeah, I haven't really planned for the rest of the year, but whatever comes out is beginning. Yeah.
So what are you doing when you're not doing triathlon? Do you have any hobbies? Do you collect Lego or do you roller skate or something like that?
No. Yeah. So, as a student and with triathlon training, I've been down. My schedule's pretty packed.
Yeah. What do you study? What are you studying?
I'm studying sports and management.
Oh, wow. Okay, so something very related to triathlon.
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing it because I was interested in triathlon in the first place. So, naturally, I gravitated towards this house.
And then what's the goal when you're done? What sort of job will you be looking for?
So actually, I have a job already.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Because you're bonded, right?
Yes, okay. Yeah.
Of course, you have a job. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm kind of set with it. Yeah.
Yep.
But outside of training, so because of the load and everything, I don't really have a lot of other time for a lot of hobbies.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think for me, I just spend that time with my loved ones, my family and friends.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I just spend with my girlfriend doing this.
Yep.
And I think recently, something that has...
Because she does triathlon as well, right?
Yeah, she just started triathlon. Yeah, and she also does her own training. So whenever she's training and I'm training, we just
at least she's not sitting on the couch while you're out for 15 hours. 15 hours a week, right? That'll be the worst.
Yeah, so I think training time is a good time for us to bond. Yeah, and that's perfect. And so recently, I think something that has really caught my interest is theater.
Yeah, theater.
Yeah, so. Watching plays and
a lot goes into those actually.
Yeah,
I used to go to those quite often.
Yeah, so yes, it's quite interesting. I actually watched one recently, like last week. It's by this local theater company called Checkpoint in Vegas. So it's very interesting, and I guess I've been watching the shows for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
So
it's like they probably put as much effort into their productions as you do into triathlon, right? It's just that their passion and this is your passion, right?
Yeah.
And so something to appreciate.
Yeah.
I guess a couple more questions. What's your dream race? Where do you if you got to, let's use the Olympics, right? Would you say yes, I've made it now, or like where do you want to? What's still your a race that you would love to do one day?
I think for me, the A race, if given the opportunity, definitely I would love to go to the Olympics.
Yeah.
Being realistic,
just the level of Singapore triathlon compared to the rest of the world. It's quite hard to qualify, for example, right?
Yeah, and so I think at my level, I think that maybe the end goal, the absolute end goal where I will say that I've made it, maybe perhaps would be maybe a seniors medal.
Yeah,
I'm not sure yet. Yeah, but
Asia Games, do they have Asia Triathlon at Asia Games?
yeah, they do. But the level of triathlon at Asia Games is sort of like pretty high.
Because it has what, Japan and Korea
and Korea, China, so I mean, I'm being realistic here. Yeah. So, I think seniors would be a good target.
Okay. And then, so I guess my last question is, what next? What are you doing? What are you going to do after you graduate?
Yeah. Okay. So you said I have a bond. So yes, I do. I have a 4-year bond with the Navy.
Yeah.
And so after I graduate, definitely I'll hit back. I think the focus for me has to shift back to work, and I may have to put this travel passion aside for a while to get started with this career.
Do you still want to be doing triathlon when you're 35, for example?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I definitely will still love the sport, right? And maybe by then I'll be doing long course, maybe on the period like 70 punctions.
Most of the triathletes do long course, right? I'm with 30, right? They're 35 to 55, maybe.
But for now, in the next like 2-3 years, that'll be the focus. I will slowly start to shift the focus back to my career. And I think triathlon will take a backseat for a while.
If you're in the Navy, are you literally on a boat somewhere, or would you be stationed around here so you could still do runs and stuff?
It depends. It depends where I'm posted to. Yeah. So, I think I will still be able to get my training in decent amounts.
Yep.
Now, I hope I don't put on too much weight. Hopefully I can just still carry on the fitness.
Okay. So how do people get a hold of you? Is it, let's say, Instagram the best way to get a hold of you?
Yeah, I think Instagram. Yeah, I use Instagram the most.
So Instagram is Ceddy Chua, right?
Yeah.
Ceddy Chua.
Chua.
Yeah. And you use that, so if someone has a question, they just DM you on Instagram.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, they're going to follow your triathlon exploits. Okay, then. Well, thanks so much for coming in, and we'll catch up again, okay?
Yeah. Thank you.